It's strange how commitment is supposed to be one of the most serious decisions in life, and yet almost nothing around us feels permanent anymore. You can swipe away conversations, you can leave situations and messages, you can almost restart versions of your life without much friction at all. And I feel like we started treating people the same way. And that's the tension I keep coming back to. When you look at different cultures, you notice two very different instincts around commitment. In certain places, commitment is held together by these structures, whether that is your family, your religion, or your community's expectation. Because marriage isn't just two people choosing each other. It's a system around them saying, this is meant to last. And that changes the way people act inside it. Because you can't just leave when things get uncomfortable. You stay. You work through it, you try. Even if a part of you wants to exit early. And sometimes that's important. Because it teaches you that human beings aren't perfect. And that love, it takes time to mature. But obviously that same structure can keep people inside something that's already ended. But the connection's gone, but the obligations remain. And then you come to a place like North America and you see the complete opposite, where connection here feels lighter, it feels more flexible, it feels more personal. If things work, they continue, and if they don't, it ends. And I think there's something healthy about that, People don't end up staying stuck as easily. They don't end up losing years in the wrong place. They protect their direction more. And it also comes with a cost, when leaving becomes easier, then staying becomes optional. And when staying becomes optional, then you don't tend to fight for it the same way. And I think both systems are pointing to something deeper. I don't think it's the structure that we're missing. And I don't think it's the freedom either. I just think we've lost patience. And it's not just with people. I think it's with everything. We're just so used to instant gratification that if something feels uncomfortable, we replace it. If something feels difficult, we remove it. But relationships don't quite move at that pace. They need time. You can't rush through understanding someone. You can't rush trust. You can't rush connection. Those things take time. They take repetition. And they take staying. And I think that's the contradiction. We live in a world full of options, but with very little patience to actually stick with one thing long enough for it to become real. People will say it's compatibility, they'll say it's trust, they'll say it's timing, and all of those things are important, but underneath it all, something simpler is happening. We're just not giving things long enough for them to reveal what they really are. Put simply, love is a slow-cooked thing in a microwave world. So I guess the real question isn't about commitment, but rather patience. Have you been patient long enough for something to truly reveal itself? And for me personally, this entire self-improvement journey has revealed so much. And it wouldn't have been possible without being patient, without going through these uncomfortable periods of spending time alone, asking some of the questions that I've avoided. In a world that's constantly pushing us towards instant gratification, I really believe patience is an asset. Do you own any of that? Do you plan to? Think about it. And thank you for listening. I'll see you guys next week.